Hey y'all, what's up? It's Lauren and welcome back to my channel. So I thought I'd do a different camera angle. Y'all let me know if y'all like it or not. I don't know if I like it. I might scoot up a little bit. I don't know. Today's a good day. I am enjoying today because first of all, we're going to talk about some books. Obviously, we're going to talk about City of Ashes, the second book in the Mortal Instruments series. But first, I just want to say, y'all need to go check out Lauren Daigle's new CD, Look Up Child. Oh, I'm obsessed. Totally obsessed. I need to go get the CD like today. Yes, I still use CDs. You can take the girl out of the 90s, but you can't take the 90s out of the girl. Just saying. So yeah, I have enjoyed listening to that CD right now. It's so beautiful. Go check it out. My favorite, some of my favorite songs are like You Say, and another one is Remember. Another one is Identify or Identity. I think it's Identity. Inevitable, that's what it is. Inevitable. Lauren Daigle is a Christian contemporary artist, and I absolutely love her. She's one of my favorite, and she's a name twin. Hi. So yeah, go check her CD out. Oh, it's so good. Her first one, it's called How Can It Be? That was like her debut album. I loved that one as well. If y'all want to like talk about some music on this channel, let me know. I've got some recommendations. Not that I'm like, music expert or anything, but whatever. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get into the review. We're going to do City of Ashes. Now, I will preface this video by saying I don't know if it's going to be a spoiler-free review or not, so I'm just going to go ahead and warn y'all. When I put the book down, I'm going to give you a warning ahead of time, but when I put the book down like this, that's when I'm going to be talking about the spoilers, and then when I bring it back up, that's when I'm done talking about the spoilers, okay? So just so everybody knows, if you haven't read this book, just mute it at the part where I put my book down, if I put my book down at all. I think I can do it spoiler-free. I'm not sure. No, probably not, because there's something I want to talk about. Anyways, so let's just go ahead and talk about the problem that I have with this book, with Cassandra Clare in this book. Now, I'm a little late to the Mortal Instruments game and the Infernal Devices game and the Dark Artifices game. I'm late to this game, okay? Let's just go ahead and get that out there right now. And I don't, I'm not ashamed of that. I'm okay with it. Yeah. I'm just going to go ahead and put that out there. I'm late. So, of course, things have already happened in this book that everybody knows about, but I'm just now learning about it. That's just because I'm late, okay? It's taken me a while to read these books, but now I'm finally getting to them. So I'm just going to go ahead and preface this and say that Cassandra Clare, I love her already because of this book. Or because of these books. But I am going to say she kind of gets on my nerves a little bit. Only because of the fact that, like, it makes me so mad. It might just be the book, but it makes me so mad when, I'm reading through, okay, yeah, it's not like a page, like, oh my gosh, I have to sit here. Like, with the Selection series, I devoured those books. And, like, I got them finished in, like, a week. These take a little longer for me to just get through because there are just some parts where I'm just like, okay, yeah, let's just go ahead and get through it. Come on, let's just move. And I mean, some actions happen, some action happens, and that's okay and whatnot. But what she does is, like, she kind of keeps you going a little bit through the series, but then it's like, bam, right at the end, let's let everything happen, everything going on. The world is coming to an end, and I'm like, well, now I've got to read in the last, like, 3 chapters. Now I've got to read. Now I've got to find out what's going to happen next. And then at the end, she leaves you hanging, and she's like, oh, well, you got to find out, read what's going to happen next. And you have, like, this large TBR pile. I may struggle with this, and y'all may, I don't know who else struggles with this, but I have a huge TBR pile, okay? Excuse the change of directions. My learning disability is, like, through the roof today. And I'm on caffeine. I had caffeine today, and that's really not a good combination. Anyway, so, yeah. It kind of makes me mad because my TBR is, like, huge. I have 2 shelves in my living room right now full of books that have, like, all these books on them that are a part of my TBR shelf, and I have not made a dent in it, and I keep buying books. I know, it's a personal problem. First step to admitting you have a problem is admitting you have a problem. There we go. So, like, she does this to me. She hooks you at the last second, and then she's like, now I need to go read the 3rd book. And I'm like, but I had plans. I was going to read this other book over here. And so she does that. That kind of gets on my nerves a little bit. That's how she does it. George R. R. Martin did it to me one time, and I never let it happen again. He did it to me in Game of Thrones, and then Clash of Kings sucked. No offense if y'all are Game of Thrones fans, book fans. Clash of Kings was my least favorite book of all. The entire series back here. Actually, I haven't read Dance with Dragons yet, but that's beside the point. Clash of Kings sucked, and I was like, I don't know if I want to keep going, but I did, and I'm glad I did. But yeah, so I'll just trudge through the book, and I'm not saying that it's not interesting because a lot of it is. I really want to find out. I think the main 2 people that really make me want to just the reason why I'm invested in this series and have not put it down yet is because of Jace and Clary. I need to find out what happens with them. And I've grown attached to one particular character. And if y'all watched in my City of Bones, thing, which is actually going up today, because today's Friday. I'm filming on a Friday, yeah. But, if y'all watching my City of Bones review, y'all want to know that one of my absolute favorite characters in this is Simon. He reminds me so much of my best friend. It's not even funny. And so this book, a lot of stuff happens to my man Simon. And I'm gonna just say it. There were some close, I'm just gonna say, maybe this might be a spoiler, I don't know. I'm gonna put this book down, and then when I put it back up, I just want to cover my butt, okay? I'm going to put this book down, and when I put it back up, that means you can listen in. So let's just talk a minute about Simon. It really upset me. There were some close calls with Simon, and it really, really upset me because I told y'all, Simon is he is almost like the equivalent of my best friend. His attitude is almost the same. He doesn't have the same build, but it's just his mannerisms, his attitude, his everything is just so much like my best friend. And there were parts in here where there were close calls. Obviously, he became a vampire. Those of y'all who get mad at me for the spoiler, I told y'all should have put, I put my book down. Wait till I put my book back up to listen in, okay? I'm just gonna let y'all know. So yeah, and he also at the end, which is where she hooked me, by the way, I was like, oh my gosh, my Simon is gonna die. I was like, why is my Simon gonna die? And I was like, okay, no, he's a vampire. There has to be a way he can come back. I'm like, there has to. So I was like, great, awesome, fantastic. And then, this dude had so many freaking close calls. And then he's on Valentine's boat, right? And then Clary blows the freaking boat up and sits there. And then she wakes up and I'm like, okay, well, what happened to Simon? What happened to Jace? I know what happened to Clary. What the heck's going on? So Jace, Simon are fine now. They're out, they're checking on Clary. And then on their ride back to shore on Luke's truck, he has another close call, and it makes me upset. And I have a theory as to why he didn't turn in the sunlight, and I'm pretty sure it's because of Jace. That's why. Because Valentine was making such a big deal out of Jace's oh, Jace giving him his blood. I think that's why. I'm not sure. Don't tell me, because I still have a lot to read in this series, but that is my theory. I'm going to go back when I read, like, the third, fourth, fifth books. I'm going to come back and view this and be like, yes, I was right, or no, I was wrong. But yeah, books back up. Hey, folks who do not want spoilers. So yeah, that was that. So I think she did a really great job. I'm really looking forward to seeing what she's going to do next. And of course, I love Clary. I kind of identify with Clary in the respect that I'm short, and I don't feel like, I feel like I'm a little weaker than most, So I really enjoy that. And I enjoy the whole Jace and Clary thing. They're the only reasons why I'm holding on to this. I'm hoping, I don't want to say that I don't like it, because I do. I really like it, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm really loving the whole entire, like, shadow hunter, demon sort of thing. But at points, it does get boring for me, and I do have a hard time kind of, like, keeping up with it. Not keeping up with it, but, like, sitting there, I do have a hard time trying to, like, stay involved in the story. And that's a big problem for me, because if I get bored with a story, I'm gonna more likely set it down and then not pick it back up. So she has managed to keep me, like, enthralled because of her endings, but that's it. So I'm hoping third, it's gonna get better as it progresses. I'm gonna stick with it. I still think it's a good story. I love Simon. I'm in it for Simon, Clary, and Jace. And Isabel. Actually, I love all of them. I love all of them in my own way. But, yeah. I thought it was really good. I enjoyed it. It's not my favorite. I did give it a 4 stars on Goodreads because I don't think it deserved a 5-star. And that's just my opinion, because, like I said, it was boring at times. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, the ending was great, and it made me want to come back, and it made me want to go back and get more, go read the third one. So yeah, that's it. Now I'm going to talk to y'all a little bit about what I'm reading next, since I have decided to take a break. We're going to transition. Woo. I have decided to read A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. This has been number 1 on my list to buy, and now it's number 1 on my TBR, and I'm like, I've always wanted to read this, so I'm just going to go ahead and read it. I'm going to take a break between book 2 and book 3 and read this, because I have to make a dent in this TBR shelf. It is getting way too out of hand for me. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm looking forward to it. And hold on, I had my bookmark in here. I'm really looking forward to it. It's been on my list forever, and, like, I woke up this morning legitimately, like, this is going to be the highlight of my day, starting to read this, because I am so excited to start this. I've heard mixed reviews, but, like, and I know I'm probably going to hype it up, and then it'd be like, oh, really? That's it? Like, are you kidding me? So I really hope it's not going to be like that, but still. And I definitely don't need to get into another series, but it is what it is. So I'll see y'all later.